Hey guys, it's Matt here. It is Saturday, September 12th. Just going to do a recap for the rest of the week here. I think I had made a video on Tuesday. So the last video probably talked about how Tuesday was a no trade day, although I took a swing trade on options with options on Apple. That's something that I have an old account that has a few dollars left in it from when I was trading primarily options and it wasn't that options weren't working. It's just they weren't working for me because of the just kind of the having to sit all day the way that I was trying to trade them at that point. And I don't have all day to sit at the market. So anyway, so Tuesday was a no trade day because the small caps were really slow. Wednesday they were also really slow. I ended up taking one trade on Tesla, 5 shares, and made $11.15. Um, but on Wednesday I heard back from CMEG about a different. There's a promo code that you can use to get a different commission structure, so that instead of paying $2.95 per ticket or per trade, you get the per share contract commission structure. The per share, Jesus, can't even speak. Per share commission structure, even if you're below 1,000 shares per ticket. So they do a 0.004 per share. You can see that here, and but then there's like a minimum ticket of 50 cents, which is pretty awesome. That's actually a hat tip to Guy Forrest, who commented on one of the previous videos where I was pretty frustrated with the commission structure, just eating up what little profit I had, and he told me about where to find that. So you can see that in one of the other previous videos. I'll maybe link to that in the description if I remember to. Um, so then by Thursday, that was applied to my account. So basically, that means rather than rather than having it hang in the back of my head that I'm paying like $3 every time I enter a ticket, which gets expensive when you're in and out of trades a lot. So rather than that happening, I can just kind of not have to worry about commissions anymore. That's kind of nice. And we'll take a look at. Yes, Ollie, we hear you. We'll take a look at the back end of my trading account later to see what the commissions look like a little differently, and talk a little bit more about that. But really quick, let's go through. There's two trades. The first one here is on Thursday. It ends up being only a $27.50 winner because I got stuck a little bit. So you can see this first green candle here, and I'm using TraderView's chart just because it keeps the executions on here, whereas DAS resets every day. So, and I didn't take screenshots. I missed this first pop to 31, which would have been a nice little trade, because it dropped over a point. So scalping that would have been good, although I probably would have maybe got stopped out half break even or something. Anyway, when it pushed back up to 31 here, I took a shot at it. You can see it kind of consolidated, and I was up a little bit here as it dropped down to 30.60 and then popped back up. I only took 100 shares here because, and you can read my journal if you want now that I'm leaving it up on the screen, but I only took 100 shares here because I was afraid it might push up higher, and I wanted to be able to add more. So I took another one here at, what is this, like 31.90, probably somewhere in there. Yeah, another 100 at 31.90. And then covered 50 here as it pushed back down, just because I was like, all right, I'm going to take some profit here and see where this goes. It pushes back up, and I take 50 off up here. My thought was I was going to take 50 shares off here at 32.50, and then I had a pivot drawn on my chart at like 33, and I was thinking we would tap up there. So I was going to take 50 off here, re-add here, depending what I saw, and then start to take profit again. Sort of kind of trying to recycle my position. Then I saw this not breaking this 32.50 level, and I thought maybe I should re-add here, but I just hesitated because I didn't want a loss to get really big. Um, so it ended up from there going in my favor, which this is kind of a kick in the pants. I wish I would have taken this stop out, but that's hindsight. Whatever. Even the really good traders do that sometimes, right? You just it doesn't do it what you expect. So anyway, it rolls over, and I ended up taking some profit here at the 30.75 level, then down here again at 30. I'd re-added on this pop back here toward 31, right around the 75, 30.75. Um, Took some more profit at 30.50. This was just kind of a quick little scalp around my main position size. And then I walked away a little bit here after 11 o'clock. I had set, you can see I set a range order here. I had a stop. Bailey, knock it off. I had a stop set at 30.80 and a target set at 30.05, which was like the low of this previous area where I took profit here. And I just wanted to walk away because I need to get the hell away from the screen and take the dog for a walk. So you can see my kind of looks like a ghost fill up here, but my target or my stop got hit here at 30.80. So actually, what I might have done there is I had to put in that manually, that last execution, and I might have put in the wrong time. It was probably more like over here. I probably typed in the wrong time. Doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the trade on Thursday, and then Friday. My dog's being a complete jackass to my cat right now. Friday I had a trade on the same stock, ITCI, or ITCI as I've been calling it. Nope, this is the same chart. I clicked on the same trade. Sorry about that. There we go. This looks more like it. So again, I missed this initial pop here because it was short sale restricted, and when I put out my order, it was somewhere between the spread, so it was marketable, which is a no-no. That was a little frustrating because it did. You can see it kind of. I actually missed it on this first candle. You can see this red candle here. It's actually the second candle, I think. But you can see that red candle has a big wick. And it was, I think, on that candle that I missed it. And you can see it. The very next minute, it dropped quite a bit. Almost a point. Anyway, that's okay. Later in the morning, maybe 15 minutes later or so, it popped up here, and I got short at 28.65. Took some profit here, added more here, just above 29. And keep in mind, when I'm adding here, I had to just basically put that order out there before we got to that price, because you've got to be on the offer if you want to short when it's short sale restricted. So then it rolled over. I took some more profit down here at the what was that, about like 28.50 area. Took some more at 28.50 a little while later, and then I should say covered some more here later. And then this last one, it's kind of funny that it hit my target. I set another range order. Let's see. Here we go. So my stop was 28.80. I think my average at that point was like 20. It was like 28.95 or something like that, I think. I don't know. I forget if it's in here somewhere. It doesn't matter. So I gave myself some cushion there. It would stop out while I was still in profit. And then and my target was 27.76, which is just kind of above this previous low of day. And it's funny because it barely, basically tapped the low 70s on this minute, and then jumped back up. So I mean, everybody had their targets there, right? Which is kind of funny because you can just see the wick that it made on this little 1 minute candle. So anyway, that ended up being a good trade. It was 71.50. Again, smaller size. So this thing, I didn't really trust it. It was higher float and higher institutional ownership, but it had a bunch of amendments to their offerings, the offering that they had on, and so I just felt like they're probably going to dilute this if it pops, and they did. You can see here on this daily chart, it popped here on whatever news or earnings, or to be honest, I don't even know what that was. And then it's just been tanking since then. So I'll probably keep this thing if it's still easy to borrow through CMEG. I'll probably keep it on watch because I have a feeling it's going to keep probably going back down to this level. Who knows? I mean, we filled the gap here from these previous highs, so maybe it'll bounce a little bit from here, but I'll keep it on watch. I think it's worth paying attention to. It actually trades pretty slowly, which is sort of nice. Let's see. I want to put this. If you haven't seen my videos before, I put this picture up here because I'm logging into my back end of my account to the reports, and I just don't want you to see the account information at the top of the page. So, actually, I can take it away for now. So you can see the difference in commission structure. Let's see, we got Wednesday. That's interesting. That's interesting that Wednesday my commissions were so low. I hadn't noticed that. They had already applied it, I guess. Wow, that was quick. Huh. Anyway, that's pretty cool. They applied it. Wednesday morning was the morning that I heard, like, oh yeah, we're going to apply this to your account, blah, blah, blah. And it was already done, I guess. So, but you can see back here, like, so here, Tesla had 2 orders, in and out, and my commissions were $5.90 because I was paying $2.95 a ticket. Back here, I had 10 orders on KCAC that day. My commissions were almost $30. I mean, that's just crazy, right? And then afterwards, you see here, 2 orders is $1 because of the 50-cent minimum, and then ITCI 9 executions, $4.50. I mean, it makes a huge difference. I mean, look at that. I paid $30 in commissions this day, and I paid $4.50 in commissions this day with similar orders, right? 9 and 10. So it's going to make a huge difference. So I really am so indebted to that commenter on a previous video who told me about this. And it's not my promo code, so I mean, I don't know if I want to throw it out on a video. I'm not really sure how all that stuff works. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I'll let you find it. There's a previous video I did where I said I was reconsidering CMEG, and then in the comments, it actually took me a couple of weeks to explore this, only because, I'll be honest, one, I didn't really believe it was the case, and two, I hadn't seen the last comment in our discussion because YouTube just sometimes it announces or notifies me when I get a new comment on a video, then other times it just seems to ignore them. And I didn't see the last comment, and so until a couple of days ago, I went and looked back, and the guy Forrest, who was a commenter, he posted a link to a YouTube video that was very helpful. So anyway, you can see the difference in commission there. And actually, while we're here, look at my month so far. So I'm up. This is by far like the best start to a month I think I've had. So we're looking at I'm up 377.50. Commissions are a little high still because the first week there I had the old commission structure, but I'm still netting 281 so far, and we can look that on here for those of you who like the graphical representation. This is what it looks like so far, right? So that's a pretty good September. You look at the detailed thing, you got 20 cents per share. My win ratio is at 75%, and my average winner is almost twice as big as my average loser. So that's good. The only one I'm slightly, yeah, you can see this is where I traded Tesla, right? Although I think that includes, maybe there was a Zoom trade or something in there. Anyway, doesn't matter. we'll zoom out. We'll go since the beginning of August, since it's so early in September. Still up 5 cents per share there, that's actually kind of when I first opened the CMEG account. I was like, man, if I can hover around 5 cents per share, I'm doing okay. And with the new commission structure, if we could get that backdated, and they won't, I checked, they won't go back and retroactively apply the new commission structure to old trades, which I don't blame them for. But I'd be doing okay. You know, let's see, number of trades would be 39, and it's hard to know how many executions from this. Let's do that. Let's take a look at that for giggles. 121 executions, right? Let's do some math. So it'd be about $61 in commissions if it was just by the shares. Yeah, and it's $60 if they were all minimum orders, which they probably come pretty close to. They would all be the 50-cent minimum order, but so somewhere around $60 would be my commission for this period of all through August and September, which makes a giant difference, right? Because then we're talking still net profit of 320. Then minus the CMEG fees or whatever, there's that to consider too. But still, way different than what I've been experiencing, which is, I've been basically breaking even since I opened the account. So that's 6/15 is really when I started trading well. I had a 2-week period there. I opened it in June, had a 2-week period where I traded like a complete moron because of the share size, and I just wasn't ready for it. But basically, I'm a little above break even, right? But with fees and the old commissions, definitely, I just got crushed. Let's look at since the very beginning. Yeah, even still, since the very beginning, I'm just barely above break even, but fees and everything just crushed me there. And then we can see as well, just to show you one more time, damn it, for anyone who's not familiar or hasn't been following along, if this is the first time seeing a video, I was long bias for, back in my old account, it was a thinkorswim cash account, so I could only trade long. And then when I moved over here to CMEG, I kind of stuck with a long bias. But you can see, choose this date here of July 17th because that's the first time I took a short trade. And I'm going to compare long versus short. So long, I'm in the negative $461. I'm down 14 cents a share. Short since that time, I'm up $8.70, and I'm up $10 a share. So yeah, the short bias is definitely working for me. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is probably just because that's the way the market is right now. I mean, there's no bullish momentum in the small caps right now. And so this will probably change a little bit in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or next year or whenever the bullish momentum comes back in the small caps. But right now, it's just good to be short biased. But I also think short trading in the small caps just kind of fits my personality a little better. I don't know. I just have a good feel for it. So maybe that's a lie. Maybe it is. Maybe I have a good feel for it because it is such a short bias market right now. But we'll see. Remains to be seen. Good traders will change their style a little bit if the market dictates, right? So hopefully one day I'll have that all figured out. Be able to continue to adapt. But all right, I think that's all I wanted to go over today, guys. Hope you guys are trading well. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Take care.